Mother Nature rages. To help you stay alive, we brought in an expert.
So no matter where you live or what access to resources you may have, there's something you can do right now to prepare yourself, your property, and most importantly, your family from the next disaster. I'm Les Stroud, and this is Team Rubicon's Preparing for Disasters. Now, likely the first and often the most easiest place to start is your home survival storage. Look at this. This is just my maintenance room. You'll choose where you want to keep your supplies so they can be safe and you can utilize them when you really need them. This is a plastic container, water resistant, and works perfect for my situation. All right, let's take a look at some of this stuff. But before I do, let me just say that the kind of supplies you have, the amount of supplies, and even where you might put them will be dependent upon your own situation, including your financial situation. It doesn't have to be expensive to gather up supplies. Really, all you need to do is practice this one method. Every time you go shopping, buy just a little bit extra. Maybe one can, one package of toilet paper, something like that every single week or 2 weeks when you go shopping, and before you know it, you have a large supply that you can keep in your survival storage ready for when you need it. Now, in this particular case, I see I've got a little bit of a mishmash of items, and that's okay. I find that some people have a list of the items written on the outside. They'll keep certain items with certain items. I can tell that I kind of put this sort of almost thrown together, and that's fine by me because I believe what I'm looking at here is my condiments kit. So I can see I've got cooking oil. I can see I've got some medication. So this is where I decided to put all of my medications, just in case. I've got some basic supplies such as peanut butter. These types of supplies are often hard to quantify. You have to sort of make a guess at it. Whereas with something like pasta or rice, you can actually measure out how much you need per meal. Not so much when it comes to condiments. So that's what I've got in this case here. Now, if I were to take a look at yet another case, what's this one? Toilet paper, beans, canned tomatoes. Okay, let's have a look. So in this, I've got a bit of a collection of items. I've got toilet paper, tissue paper, some ready-to-eat meals, and as the label says, canned tomatoes. Store the kind of food that will last a long time. So we want dried foods like pastas, canned goods, Tetra Pak drinks such as almond milk or hemp milk, those kinds of milks, or regular milks. Either way, items that will last a long time and that you enjoy to eat as well. Now, it's not just about food and toiletries. There are other supplies you're going to need. For example, if you have seniors, do you have all the medications that are necessary? If you have kids, did you put small toys that will keep them occupied? In this case, I've got some extra supplies of some games. Keeping yourself mentally active during a disaster is vital. It's very important. Boredom causes intense curiosity, and curiosity can get you in a lot of trouble, especially if you think you can venture out into a storm when you shouldn't. So have things that take up time. If you're able to have a little bit of power, DVDs. And of course, if you can have it, weather radio. A great way to stay in touch with the kinds of damage that might be being done out there. And a little tip in this matter, pay attention to your local weather channels. It's the local weather authorities that really know what is going on in your neighborhood. Now let's take a look at one of the most important supplies you're going to want to keep in your home survival storage. Simply put, water. This is a 6-gallon container, 1 gallon per person per day. If I have 5 of these, that's 30 days, basically a month's supply of water, and that's just for me because remember, you have to take into account not only drinking, but also bathing, staying clean, washing utensils, that kind of thing. And if you're getting water from a well, you'll need to treat it with chlorine if it's not already city water that's been treated with chlorine. So water is vital. And lastly, I want to say about it, keep it in a water-safe, food-safe container. Those thin water bottles you can buy at the store, they break down on the inside in just a matter of months. A container like this, properly chlorinated, will last at least 6 months, and it's a good supply of water to have. Now, if you do need to evacuate, you have to get out quickly. Do you have a kit that's ready to go? Some people like to call it a go bag. One way or the other, you need a small supply of the most important items that must leave with you. If you'd like to learn more, go to teamrubiconusa.org. Like and subscribe their YouTube channel. Follow them on social media for the latest on the upcoming storm season.